right, let's see if this works, because I didn't even sit down to see what we got. Oh, God. Yeah, this is uncomfortable. Anyway. All right, hello. Anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
I hope that picked up. We're Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanist out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we're here with Departure, the Journey Tribute Band. I really appreciate you guys coming on here. I think, is this like the most people we've ever had on for a backstage?
Once? Well, we've had this is about the same.
It's pretty close.
When we actually have all our crew members here, it's this number.
We're special, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, right now. So what brings you guys to Chattanooga? A show, maybe?
I guess.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're at Songbirds tonight, yep.
Yeah, we've been playing Songbirds for what, a couple of years now, but we've been playing Chattanooga for, I'd say, 8 years. You know, Chattanooga area.
Quite some time.
I know, and I've always wanted to go, and this is my first time.
Oh, welcome.
I'm excited.
I see that you're a Journey fan.
Just a little.
Very nice.
Do you have a favorite Journey song? Wait, should you be interviewing me, or should... I mean, what's
That's fine.
We're just hanging out talking.
That's so hard. Probably Any Way You Want It. That's
Yes!
probably my favorite.
That's a great tune.
It's the first song we do.
Just because it's like, in the Rock of Ages musical, I really like it when they play it in that one. I like that.
Haven't heard that yet.
Oh, you
We'll check it out.
definitely check that out. It's
Is that
such
with
a
Jack
good...
Black?
No, it's
That's School of
That
Rock.
was School of Rock.
School of Rock.
Close enough. You got the rock part right?
I want to say Alec Baldwin's in it, maybe. I think it's been a while since I watched it. But I know when they play Any Way You Want It, they're in a strip club.
Wow.
Probably a strip club in Atlanta, I don't know.
Oh, maybe.
So I want to introduce you guys. Let's kind of go around.
My name's Michael. I play drums.
I'm Joel. I'm the keyboardist.
Brian, I play lead vocals.
I'm Mark, the guitar player.
I say, Mark, he actually, like, does he not resemble Brad Roberts from Crash Test Dummies?
Yeah, he does.
As soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, no, never mind.
Well, that's next time. That's your
Yeah.
next interview.
Yeah. Y'all are familiar with that band, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we're interviewing them in 8 days.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I can't freaking wait.
That's Lonnie's favorite band.
Yeah. Yeah, she actually had to tell me who Journey was before we came here, and...
You shut up. I own Journey's Greatest Hits on CD.
Nah, I'm joking. So, have y'all noticed about the time you've been going, what, 11 years?
11
Yeah.
Yep, 11 years.
That kind of coincided with what I've seen was kind of like a resurgence. It was like for a while, a bunch of the 80s bands kind of, went low a little bit. And then somewhere around 11, 12, 13 years ago, it was like the popularity just skyrocketed out of nowhere. I don't know what did it. Any thoughts on that? Like why all of a sudden the 80s bands like Foreigner, Journey, and...
Everybody's royalty check started running.
That's it. That's probably it.
I think it's also when, that was the time when Journey actually found their singer, was when we've only been together for about 6 months.
That's
And
true.
Yeah.
that's when they found their singer. And
I remember that.
He has an incredible story, incredible voice and everything, and they were lucky enough to grab him on the internet because he was in a cover band.
I remember reading about that.
It was because you guys watch Family Guy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know the scene where they're like doing karaoke and they start singing Journey,
During the funeral.
like out of nowhere. Like that scene,
That is
like
Journey.
it was weird because I hadn't heard of Journey in like the mainstream. You'd heard them on like classic rock radio and stuff like that, but I hadn't heard of them mainstream, online, anything until that scene in Family Guy. And then like 3 weeks later, they were everywhere, and it hasn't quit. I seriously don't know if it was because of Family Guy or if, it's like...
because their fans didn't stop believing.
Journey also was featured at the last episode of The Sopranos. Don't
Yeah,
believe in that.
okay, there we go.
It was a big part of that resurgence for the band, I believe. And
some show called Glee. I never
Yes,
watched it, but
that
it was
Glee,
about
definitely.
dancing or something.
That was the first
Singing and
song
dancing.
they did
Yeah.
at the Glee Club. I'm
I did not know that.
Sorry.
as far
Did
as
you watch the episode?
I watched the episode. I've watched the entire series.
The series.
Lord.
As far as the resurgence goes, though, with the
I
whole
love it.
80s genre,
Yeah.
we noticed that the people that grew up with that genre were at about 10 years ago in their mid-30s and going out. Now they have, kind of, they kind of got their life where they can go out and do things. They have the money to spend, so they're in that part of their life where they wanted to hear what they grew up with. And
That's
we found
true.
them in the
Yeah.
bars and in the venues that we were playing at, wanting to hear that. You're going to see that with the 90s, I believe, coming up soon.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
We're already kind of starting to see
Yeah.
a flavor
little
of
bit,
it.
yeah.
Exactly.
Like you get
Um,
the '90s stuff in the grocery store now.
So, like, what made you guys decide? Was this like a pre-planned thing? Did you just all get together and say, "Hey, let's do a Journey tribute band," or like how did that work out? Whose idea was it?
It was my idea. I was hosting a karaoke night at a local bar in the town where we all met each other, Lawrenceville, Georgia. And one night Brian comes in. This was a long time ago, and he was a skinny little guy back then, and
What?
And he said to
Skinny
me,
one?
As if he's not skinny.
yeah, he said, I want to sing "Separate Ways" by Journey. And a lot of times, when people come up to a karaoke host and they request a song that has a super high range, like Steve Perry's range in Journey, the karaoke host is like, "Oh, this is going to be good," because it usually isn't. So Brian got up there, and a lot of times, even when there is a higher range male vocal, they'll ask you to detune it, tune it down, so on, so it's easier to sing. And Brian didn't ask me that at all.
I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, and he just got up there, and just within 30 seconds, I was just like, "Oh my God," just nailed it, And I was kind of between bands at that point, and I just kind of had an idea. And you're talking about the nostalgia part of it. The wave was just starting when we put this thing together. There were some other groups, forming tributes around us, and I just kind of had this idea. And I would have always been a Journey fan, but not like I am now, But just to hear someone that could hit that vocal, I knew that we had found someone that could do something that not many could, So, yeah, we kind of put this thing together, and I first reached out to Mike, and the drummer, and we had done projects over the years. I called him out. I called Doug, our bass player. I had done an original band with him, and kind of just pieced musicians together that I'd been working with over the years. And we met Joel at this very bar where Brian was singing karaoke, and we knew that he had dabbled in keys, was kind of, a good keyboard player in town, and we just kind of got this idea and put it all together. And we weren't serious at first because we had no idea what it was going to do. And it's honestly been amazing, and here we are.
God, this is
11 years later.
like some kind of movie or something,
Hey,
It's
yeah.
about 100 shows a year that we do nationally.
Oh wow.
Almost
So-
at 100 now, I think.
Yeah, almost 100 a year. How many do we have under our belt?
Close
We're
to.
at 700 and something.
We're almost
Yeah.
at 800.
Golly.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, and we've been as far north as Ohio and Maine, and as far south as El Paso, Texas, and Miami.
San Francisco.
And we went across
Oh, I
the
bet that
country,
was
and
great.
we played on the bay.
On the bay.
Yeah, on the bay in Journey's hometown in San
Yeah.
Francisco. So that was incredible.
Oh wow, that's really cool.
So we've had some awesome opportunities, and we love what we do. It comes across in our performance on stage, and we're still here doing it.
Holy crap.
And it's awesome to have people come out. They did a pre-sale tonight of almost 400.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an awesome night here in Chattanooga.
Wow.
Crap. Interview's over. I don't know how we're gonna be able to top that.
That's great.
That's like, a group gets together and from a karaoke night. I mean, that's unheard of.
Amazing.
I've never heard of anything like that.
Yeah, you lied about me, though. I wasn't really even playing keys at the time.
No?
I was chomping at the bit, though, to play, and that's what the buzz was going around the bar. Was like, Joel wants to get on stage, and Mark's like, hey, you play some keys, man. I'm like, yeah.
He was a bouncer at the time. He was a bouncer at the club that we were playing.
Oh, that's
Oh,
funny.
seriously?
This
We
is
did karaoke.
this is actually my very first band.
Wow.
Cool.
23 years old when I joined this band. And it's I said, guys, does bands usually go like this? Like, are they, do they pick up this kind of momentum? And Mark's like, no, man, I've never had anything like that.
Great.
That's right, man.
It's like, well, you got lucky, didn't you?
I did. it's gonna be hard to find anything else one day if that ever comes to it, you know.
So y'all never did like really dabble with any other band's music or anything like that? It just Journey and that was it?
Well, Joel and I have. Well, I did before Journey. Believe it or not, I was in a death metal band before this.
Yep. Original
wow.
death metal.
Original death metal band. Like, no singing, just... Cookie Monster!
Holy crap.
Ever bleeding, right?
Yeah, our band was Everbleeding. Oh man, you're gonna put them on the map now. People are gonna want a reunion show of that.
Beautiful.
Everbleeding opening up for Departure.
That would be interesting.
We do get asked that all the time, though. Do you guys do anything else besides Journey? And we've just found this awesome niche,
Yeah.
you know, and the music is timeless. It's never going to go away. Journey's music is just here to stay. And now Steve Perry has just released a brand new album just a few months ago, and it's just got everybody buzzing about it, and it's awesome. And they were in the Rock and Roll Hall, you know, inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just recently. So Journey is here to stay. It's just never going to go away. And we're going to ride it out as long as we can.
No, I'll tell you what.
You guys are probably always going to have an audience.
Yeah, I don't.
You'll hear it in our
Only
intro,
young,
but Steve Perry's... Hey, there he is. There's Mr. Doug Ballard. But you'll hear it in our intro song. We actually play one of Perry's songs. Just
Yeah, we're going to do his...
the entire single that he has on his album Traces.
Yeah, first.
Just so that we're promoting that he is back. I mean, he's 68 years old and he still has an incredible voice, and you know the
Great
whole album,
songwriting.
the song, the whole album is beautiful.
and can still sing.
Yeah, incredible.
Really can still sing at that age, too.
Do y'all what do y'all have as far as
You're on film right now.
yeah, you're actually on camera.
Oh, hey, where's the camera?
So like I don't know, like I always ask this everybody we interview, like I don't know if I want spoilers or not, but what can we expect tonight from the show?
It's a high energy show. I mean, just straight off, because that's what Journey was. I mean,
Watch them live in Houston.
yeah, live in Houston, you watch them, you see Steve Perry go from stage left to stage right in a matter of seconds.
Just running around, getting the
But-
crowd going.
Yeah, I try so hard as a singer to interact with the crowd as much as I can, just to get them a part of the show, because that's what everybody wants to do when they come out to a Journey tribute show, is they want to sing as well. So I'll have
Song
them-
selection?
You're gonna hear all the hits, all the
Yeah,
greatest
everything.
hits.
Sorry.
The old school.
You're gonna hear some of the older stuff.
Greg Raleigh
Joel
Journey.
sings some of the Greg Raleigh stuff, some of the Greg Raleigh area.
I'm gonna throw in a little Steve Perry for you too from
Steve Perry
Street
solo.
Talk, his '84 album.
Because I'm reading online, y'all do like a solid 2-hour show.
2 hours.
2 hours
No
straight.
breaks.
No
That's
break.
awesome.
No breaks. Yeah.
We found early on that if, when we were in the club scene, that if you take that break, then especially if you're on a strip that has multiple clubs, that everybody is going to empty this club and go to the next one. So we made that observation. We started working with the club owners just to say, hey, let's not have that pause. Let's not have that interruption. And that's one of the things that really worked well for us to be able to do that. Now, when we first started, Brian could sing 3 or 4 songs, and his voice would get scratchy, and that's the karaoke singer for you, and then he just kept working it, and over the years and with professional training, he can sing 2.5 hours for 3, 4, 5 nights in a row, and that's just unheard of. But he's got 11 years, of training of doing this.
Funny story, he got out of the hospital once. Halloween, we had a big show we were anticipating, and he went to the hospital with pneumonia the day before.
Oh.
Checks out and comes and does the show.
With pneumonia.
Yeah, with pneumonia without missing a beat.
And just nailed it.
That's awesome.
Still to this date, it's the best show I've ever played.
I don't know. But no, we want to give the audience, the true concert experience, as they say. When you go and see a national band, they don't take breaks,
Right.
So,
Right.
like Mike was saying, it holds the crowd, it keeps them engaged, and it's the real concert experience, like you were seeing the real Journey. A lot of people say to us, man, we close our eyes, and we're there. We don't look like the members of Journey.
Nothing like them.
But we try to do the musicianship and play note for note, and like Brian said, just super high energy, all the hits, plenty of crowd interaction, and just we want people just to leave and be like, that was incredible, that was awesome, we're going to see them again, and it works out for us and it works out for club owners.
I don't know if I want to
Can I ask some questions?
Sure.
Thanks, appreciate you. Where's y'all's favorite place to play? I'm curious.
Well,
That's
Chattanooga
difficult.
is one of them for me.
Yeah.
I just love the city.
Yeah.
It's an incredible city.
We hear that a lot from the artists.
But
they really like Chattanooga.
Good music city.
We'd love to spend time here, but we'd never really get to. But I don't know. My other one is, I think the San Francisco one was one of my favorites.
That was just special.
Right, that's true.
Yeah.
The city by the bay.
We got an awesome rock club in our hometown called 37 Main, and we call it our home base, and it's kind of where we started, and they got started with us.
They
so
grew with us.
Yeah, we
We've been
call
together
that our,
about 10 years. We've been together 11. We
Yeah.
all kind of
we call that our home base.
Yeah, that's
It's kind of where it all, came together.
Took flight.
So
yeah.
very cool place.
Whole
37
special
Main.
place in the heart.
I don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but what are y'all's favorite songs?
Ooh, this is fun.
Anybody have a favorite title?
To perform, or that you just like to listen to.
favorite popular Journey song for me is "Send Her My Love."
Yep.
And
That's one of my favorites, too.
favorite, I guess deep cut one is probably "Winds of March."
Okay.
And we don't do that one.
Cool song.
Stay a While, one of my favorite for sure. Message of Love, some of the deeper cuts,
Yeah.
a little darker. That wasn't typical '80s Journey, but they're on the backside of long play albums that you listen to as a kid, and you're like, oh, this is so cool.
I love Dixie Highway to Play. That's
Yeah.
a great song. It's like 3 songs in one for a keyboardist. You start on piano, you end up with an organ breakdown in the middle, into a synth solo back into it. It's just it's a great song in their portfolio, and I love playing that one.
I'll Be Alright or Girl Can't Help It, mainly because it's Randy Jackson playing bass.
That's true. Mark Collins.
We didn't get yours.
I like Send Her My Love also.
Yes.
I really like Faithfully too. It gets such a reaction. When that first line comes in the keyboard and you just look at people and the look that, it's just so nostalgic because people had, high school proms to that. It's been on soundtracks and movies and
It's like, oh my God, I can't believe they're playing that.
Yeah.
That's the reaction that I see a lot. It's like,
it's a good
man.
reaction.
It's funny you say that because my best friend's here with us tonight. She's out in the audience, and that's what she's
Is that her
wanting to hear.
Is that her favorite, yeah?
That's her favorite. She can't wait. She's been
Yeah.
playing it all day.
Okay.
Y'all ought to not play that. And just be like,
Well,
I'll rush the stage.
that's what I'll do sometimes. If somebody comes up to me and says, "Can you play that one song, Lights by the Bay or City by the Bay?" I'm just like, no, we don't do that. That's a foreigner song. We can't do that. That's illegal. Sorry. You got that Don't Stop Believing?
Play
Nah,
Small Town Girl.
Yeah. So we like to mess with the crowd out there, and I think they enjoy it too because they know that we're up there having a good time, and we spend
Of
about.
course, you'll have the one jackass. Play Freebird.
oh, you remember
Really?
the last concert we went to? You remember somebody hollered? We were interviewing the Nirvana tribute band a couple
Yes.
weeks ago, and somebody hollered, "Play Freebird!" And he was like, "Here's your Freebird."
I
was like, that's awesome.
Great.
Yeah, Joel will start playing it a little bit, and I say, "All right, and cut." That's it.
Yep.
When we went to see Third Eye Blind, they said, "Hey, did they pay y'all to come out here and say that?"
Wow.
I'd like to know who that person was that started that. I'm sure there's a documentary about them or something like that going around. Just like
that song started like just a short song, and they're like, we always ended our set with. I just saw a thing on Leonard Skinner lately that they said they always ended the show with it so their singer could go and catch a break. And they're like, and that solo at the end used to be just 30 seconds, and then it turned into a minute, and then it turned into 2 minutes, and like before you know it, like we're just up there jamming for 45 minutes. But, it was a little fun fact about Freebird.
God.
That's funny.
So, where was I going? I lost my train of thought. Never drinking before an interview again.
Oh, come on now.
I told
Anybody ever drink during your interview?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
We have.
Well, we should do
We
a
need
shot
some
of Jaeger
Jaegers.
together
Yeah.
Oh, I would
Jaeger
love
shot.
it.
during the interview. I don't know.
Lonnie's like, I don't know if
I don't know if
can
anybody
handle a
can.
shot of Jaeger right
I don't know if
now.
anybody can pour shots while we're doing the interview.
We're not sponsored by Jaeger.
No,
yet.
not
Yeah.
not yet.
Look, I'll go ahead and tell you, like, if y'all wanted to pour shots, let's do one on the air. I wouldn't complain one bit. I don't even drink Jaeger, but, you know, it would look neat, you know?
Get 'em lined up.
Oh, hell, he's really going to do it.
Yes. Oh, I was all about this. Please.
Okay.
This is a little pre-show tradition.
Like, I'll tell you.
The free alcohol.
Like, I seriously, like, I hate Jaeger, but I will do a shot of Jaeger with a band backstage.
No, please puke on videos so we can.
So has Journey been here in the past couple of years?
They were at Riverbend. What?
Journey?
Wasn't they?
No, they were supposed to be here
Show
in
Mike's
like
accident prone.
they had their research in the like early mid '90s. They were supposed to be here, but Steve Perry canceled, and there's a lot of people upset about that.
No, you're not saying Steve Perry was doing it with him, was he?
When was
he
that?
He was supposed to be.
When
with
was
them.
this?
It was like between '93 and '95.
Oh, okay.
That's
I thought you
probably-
meant like a couple months ago. I was like,
No,
what?
no.
No. No, this I did. For some reason, I was thinking. I don't know. I'm hard. Like here's the kind of person I am. I love Journey. I love like their top hits and everything. But tonight, while y'all are playing music, there's gonna be some songs that when y'all start, I'm like, holy crap, Journey does this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Exactly.
yeah,
I
that's
was-
gonna happen.
We
quite a
hear
bit.
that quite often.
I was like that when we first started. I thought I only knew like a couple of songs, but when we started going down the list of songs that we're going to end up doing, and then we started playing them, I was like, holy crap, Journey did that.
song.
That's crazy. It's one of
Oh,
my favorites.
Jesus. This is
But
really
I got,
happening.
I got so close.
I'll put
I
yours
got
right here
so
for
close to quitting this band when we first started because I'm really horrible with timing.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's lucky he has a voice, because otherwise he would not be anywhere in the music world.
So I'm horrible with timing. The song "Lovin', Touchin', Squeezin'," it took me about 2 months to get that down because of the timing issue that I had with it.
Second verse.
Second verse, and I about just said, "All right, guys, this isn't for me. I'm done. I can't do this. If I can't do this song, I can't do any other ones." But you know, just it's
More?
the easiest song to do now. But
Sure.
I'm just I'm still horrible with time.
Right.
Like, I wish we could get everybody. Like, I don't want to move the camera
No,
because
it's fine.
sometimes when we do, it freezes up.
We'll move in and cheers together.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh right, yeah.
Oh, God.
All right.
To Chattanooga.
Chattanooga.
Come see for yourself.
Cheers.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
What's your
Yeah, I
radio?
wanna
What's your
tap
radio
it for
station
real.
called?
Well, we're Untitled Nerd Network.
Untitled Nerd Network.
Woo!
Did you just do that?
Ooh, I hadn't
Oh!
Also got to give a shout out to the Matt Stevens Project.
Matt Stevens Project right here
You'll see our I Drink shirts.
Was that good, Lonnie?
from Chattanooga.
Really good drink.
You know what?
It's not a lie.
I'm going to tell you, I think you know that point where, you know, you don't like the liquor, but you've had enough to drink already where it really don't matter.
Yes.
That was
That's where I'm at.
Nice.
So that was actually pretty good.
That should be your next interview is with the Matt Stevens Project. Those guys are a fun group of dudes and incredible musicians, and they're from here.
Yeah, we'll
gotta do that.
that's because that's Untitled Nerd Network. You know, that's what we do. We, you know, we meet somebody who knows somebody, and then we interview them, and they know somebody.
Oh,
and-
they're a hoot.
That's exactly how
They
it
are,
goes.
they're fun.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
I have a question for y'all.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
like off camera over here, but so I noticed you're wearing a California shirt, or
Yes.
hat. Are you familiar at all with Akon and how the San Francisco Giants, when they won the World Series in 2010, like rewrote the words of "Don't Stop Believing" to have the you're looking at me with the blank stare, so I'm guessing no.
No,
But yeah, that
I've been to a Giants game
Giants game.
when they played their rivalries, the Dodgers. And
Don't get her started.
yeah. Well, during like the seventh inning stretch or something, they would play Lights, and the entire stadium would sing
yeah,
it.
they go nuts.
And
over
supposedly Steve Perry is typically there at the game
it.
because
He
I
is,
think he's a
as
partial
you get
owner.
older, he's
He's
a
like
huge fan,
Partial owner or something maybe. I'm not sure.
something like that.
But when I went, When I went is when they when they legalized. I guess when the Mary Jane was legalized there, and you could see people in the stadium smoking. I'm sorry. I know it's probably nothing we should talk about now, but
They did that when it was illegal.
No, we're good.
too.
it's legal in California. So anyway, I looked everywhere in that stadium for Steve Perry. Couldn't find him, but the entire crowd was singing "Don't." Like lights, and I think at the end of the game they sang "Don't Stop
So
Believing."
if the Giants are losing in the bottom of the 8th inning, they play "Don't Stop Believing" as like the rally song.
Nice.
And
I heard that. Yes.
For the 7th inning stretch, they do lights, and so yeah, I'm a huge Giants diehard, and of course I've loved Journey since long before that. But Steve Perry being such a big part of San Francisco. I'm originally from like the San Francisco area,
Right on.
so yeah, it was super special to be able to come and talk with you guys. Like I said, Departures was one of my first concerts when I moved here to Chattanooga.
Oh, cool.
It felt like a little piece of home to me being from California.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
That's awesome.
We have a buddy that used to fill in for Mark, Evan, who actually lives in San Francisco, and he's a diehard Journey fan too.
Oh, really?
He's the one that took us. So I mean, if you're ever there, just hang out with Evan. Evan,
him up.
Evan
Yeah.
if you want to hang out with another
Evan!
if you want to hang out with another diehard Journey fan.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that trip
Because
meant the
nobody
world
there
to
is a
us.
diehard Journey fan, I guess.
That was kind of that was one of those trips where like you're going to San Francisco and you're like, okay, like everyth's come full circle, like to get to
Yeah.
play on the bay and sing about the city by the bay,
Yeah, we literally played on a boat.
It was a
huge boat.
San Francisco
Cool.
Bell.
Yeah,
That's
and we were
awesome.
literally going under the Golden Gate Bridge playing, and it was just amazing to look up and
extremely cold.
yeah, freezing but awesome, and never forget that.
And Evan lives on North Beach.
Okay. So right there, overlooking it.
And he said
Yeah.
when he went out on his patio, he could hear us playing
That's right.
That's
like on the bay.
yeah.
That's
Yeah, they
awesome.
were pumping it.
It was one of those things y'all talked about it being cold in San Francisco, and I had zero exposure to California at all before she and I got together, and we were watching a Giants game on TV, and it was in San Francisco, and I was watching people. This was August, maybe early September, and people were like bundled up with jackets and stuff at like 7 p.m. And I told her, I said, isn't it like warm all the time there? She's, no. It's like it gets cold in the evenings. Okay. Well, when y'all said it was cold, I was like, dang, yeah, that's.
Yeah, it was freezing.
Well, we got
Yeah.
there. The hotels you stay in, they don't have the ACs where you can
Yeah.
even turn them on. They just have the windows open.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And unfortunately, there was some fires going on, as they are still, unfortunately, right now. But at the time we were there, like smoke rolled into the bay, and I had to close all the windows. I remember the first night we were there.
Yeah.
I was like, I think the city's on fire. I was freaking out.
We thought it was Carl. We thought it was the fog, but it wasn't. The fog's name there is Carl.
It's Carl, yeah.
And we thought it was fog, but no, it was, I think, some.
The fog has a name?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Learn something new every day. Yeah.
90% of the time.
So, like anything else, like talk about some, huh?
Nerdum's favorite.
That's what I'm. Yeah, that was next.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
waiting for that.
Yeah. How many nerds we got in the room today?
Enough.
Anybody? Y'all. And you know what? You don't have to have like a pull box at the comic store and read every issue of Spider-Man to be a nerd. You can just. Hey, if you've watched Avengers,
I grew up
guess
with
what?
X-Men.
You're one of us.
Oh, I'm glad you finally came to terms with that.
Yeah, we do.
Great.
We like to assimilate into our collective.
Oh, God.
I was Saturday
Okay,
morning
Lord.
cartoons with X-Men every morning, man.
Okay.
And I still got a box full of X-Men in my parents' basement, which I'm going to go get and find soon.
Can you appreciate Jubilee as much as I do?
She was always.
Oh, his favorite. Oh, you're killing
Sorry.
yourself.
You're breaking his
He's-
heart.
Hey,
You
man,
wanna
they
be
all have a
upset
place in
about
the
that.
X-Men, you know. They all need each other, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody needs
Appreciate it.
a little
I
fireworks
appreciate
now
the
and then.
Yeah.
effort.
But I mean, a lot going back and looking at the episodes, a lot was about her back then when I grew up.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
realize that.
Yeah, I developed a very almost unhealthy obsession with that character.
Uh-oh.
And
Wall-
then he has art pieces.
Yeah, like original art on the
It's
wall.
not an almost.
It
is
is
an
unhealthy
unhealthy.
obsession.
I
He's,
dig that,
he's
man.
being modest.
But I'd say like favorite comic book movie around the table. This could be anything, like-
Batman.
Which one?
There's
Just
another
Like
any-
the older ones or the Dark Knight versions?
Dude, I like the old ones with Robin and the funky car with the fins on
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so he likes Adam West better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Adam West, Brian
Yeah.
Knight.
Yeah, that's...
Hit up Brian next. He knows.
Okay.
What?
Well, you're a Harry Potter fan.
I like Harry Potter. I'm
Okay.
diehard Harry Potter
yeah,
fan.
right.
Yeah, I'm just got it right there.
Hey.
Wow. That's
Hey, you want to like show that out? I don't know if they'll be able to see it.
It's a Deathly Hallows. Can't see it.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong? It's like,
I even went to
Yeah.
I even went to Scotland to go to all the Harry Potter locations. I could care less about the castles and stuff there. I don't just give a shit. Harry Potter, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you got Loch Ness right there. Who cares? I'll pee in it. That's all I did. I peed in Loch Ness. That's horrible. I'm sorry.
We'd like to thank Jaeger for this interview.
Yes.
Um,
In our future sponsorship.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's the recent one. It's the Avengers: Infinity War. I love that one
Yeah.
because
can't even.
it's.
We watched.
I kind of
and
know.
reviewed every
I kind of know the direction they're gonna go, but I
Yeah.
just there's so many directions they can go in that. But Marvel's done one hell of a job.
That's what you said. We actually like
DC, not so much.
leading up to Infinity War. We sat down and watched and did a review for the channel every single Marvel movie leading up to that, and that was
Which
like.
was a lot of fun though.
But
It
although
was.
I loved, I don't know, I loved Batman versus Superman because I've never seen that on, the big screen before.
Yeah.
I loved it, but it wasn't good. But it was
Oh, the
fine.
Superman CGI memes are my favorite.
It was fine for me because I was just like, I've always wanted this to happen. Just let it happen.
It was Batman versus Superman.
How do you get in
Yeah.
a fight though, and then go up to space, and then you come back down in the exact point and place you were fighting in the first place?
Oh.
You went up into the, and then came back to the world.
Are you talking about when Doomsday went up and then?
Oh, is
came
that?
back down?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's the wrong one.
Oh, that's precision. That's superpowers.
I guess so.
Suspend disbelief.
I said, and anyway.
How could they even end up in the desert or something like a large body of water, which would make a lot more sense. But
I mean, that's what would happen to me. I have that kind of luck.
Hey, what we got?
Hey, did you guys want to text me or something when you want me to cue that, or you want me to wait till you start walking on stage?
We can do right at exactly 9:30.
Oh, y'all start at 9:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
9:25 for the cue and the music.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just do
Start at
9:30.
Steve Perry
9:25.
plus intro. Yeah.
Just do 9:30. We'll skip Don't Stop Believing or something like that.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, right.
Oh no.
Hey, don't get
Hey,
that. That's right.
that was a shot to the heart.
Just skip Brooks' song.
No, I
I want to know you, Mark. You
Tonight.
got
We'll
any,
be
you got any
here
comic
in 2
books?
weeks.
Nothing?
Yes.
No
Second.
nerdy comic book stuff?
Nothing.
I'm not a big movie watcher.
But you should go to his house because every one of his rooms, he's got at least 18 guitars in there.
Yeah.
Look, have you ever read Stephen King?
No.
Okay, well, besides Journey, a favorite band.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh wow. I've always been a big Seven Dust
I
fan.
knew you were
forever.
Yes, I knew you were going to say that too.
Yeah, forever. But new stuff, I know it sounds weird, but I just got the new Chris Daughtry album, and it's pretty good.
Oh, no.
What?
Pretty good. Yeah. As far as pop stuff, but
Learn more about
Steve Vai, any instrumentals, Paul Gilbert, Zach Wilde, all those guys.
Okay.
Forever, yeah.
I'll say one of the things that we've discussed is it doesn't matter whether, in the nerd community, it doesn't matter whether you like X-Men or, Superman or Harry Potter, Star Trek, Star Wars. Everybody likes music.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things I got to give Amber credit. She's like, because we started doing some backstage interviews, and all of them have been here, and she's like, well, music is a fandom. I'm like, yeah, but
music memes are on our Facebook page and this, that, and this. And
Yeah, right on.
he's like, hi. And I'm like, it's a fandom.
It's the universal
It is a
fandom.
fandom.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
how many band nerds are there in high school? Give me a break.
yeah.
Band geeks unite.
And I'll tell you, it's funny because as much as nerds like to bicker back and forth, oh, who's better, Marvel or DC, or who would win in a race between Superman and the Flash? That's nothing compared to some of the arguments you will see as far as music is concerned.
yeah.
Holy
You post something
crap.
like
On our
that.
page, if you ever post something musical that somebody doesn't like or doesn't agree with,
Get some opinions.
they
Oh,
will
yeah.
let you know.
I was like, when I posted the one where it's like, you have this amount of money, you can pick one from here. They're like, I'm spending all my money on this band and the rest is on merchandise.
Yeah. You know, like the little things where it's like, I think you have like a
$100
$40
or
tier,
something,
a
yeah.
$30 tier, a $20 tier, and a $10 tier of bands. And it's like, you have $100 to make a festival. You know, who do you pick? And
We had several
oh,
that picked just one.
jeez, it's like you ask people to pick their favorite kid or something. I mean, seriously, people.
It's true, and they knew which one it was.
People are like more passionate about music, and then at that point, I was like, you know what? We're going to start doing interviews. Yeah, let's just go to Songbirds every other weekend and do interviews with people.
I
And,
was like, I have no arguments.
yeah, and it helps when like you guys are doing Journey music. I love Journey. Amber loves Journey. Ashley loves Journey. Let's go interview the Journey tribute band.
If you don't like Journey, if you don't like Journey, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry. I don't trust you. There's something wrong if you don't.
That's a
like
good meme
Journey.
too.
Yeah.
If you don't like Journey, there's something wrong with you, woman.
I think that might already exist.
Person.
You know the
You don't
fun
like
fact
Journey, I
about
don't trust
Journey is when iTunes came out, and we got on this new digital media platform, they are the only band that predates iTunes that is in the top 35 most downloaded songs. Everything else is 2008 and up. They are
Oh,
Don't Stop
wow.
Believing is in there
That's amazing.
and top
Really?
35 most downloaded songs.
Somebody's gonna fact check that right now. They're gonna be like,
It's
"What?"
on there. It's actually probably number 35 now, but at one point they were. They are the one that predates iTunes. They're the number one downloaded.
Yeah, they got on it because we had a lot of bands, most notably Pink Floyd, the Beatles, and Led Zeppelin, who didn't want anything to do with the digital music scene when it first came out.
They're like, no, that's not right.
And part of it was because of Napster, and part of it, it's just numerous other things.
Is it still
And
around? Is Napster still around?
no, I don't think so.
He fell out because he was the scapegoat or whatever the whipping boy.
Pretty
got
much,
at.
yeah, they were the scapegoat.
Where I
for
got all
that
my
one.
Metallica albums. I don't have one. I'm sorry,
sorry.
no offense, Metallica.
Wow.
That's great.
Well, what
You'll be hearing from your lawyer.
I was young when that happened.
Yes.
whenever Napster was, I don't I know Napster, but the reason I know Napster is because I would sit there and on my connection, it would take literally 20 minutes to download a 3-minute song.
Yeah.
And I would be sitting there, I'm like, come on, this song. And then you would download it, and it would not be the right one, or it would be
Yeah.
crappy
Oh,
quality.
God,
Damn
yes.
Bad
The
quality.
audio
Yeah.
Yes, the
audio.
audio. Yes.
Or it would play the first 3 seconds of the song, and then some jackass would pop up. Oh, you downloaded a fake song.
Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down.
Oh, that
Rickroll
would
you.
suck.
Rick rolled. The audio Rick rolled.
I remember all the mislabeled titles. It was Journey, Die in Your Arms Tonight, and I'm like, that's not right.
That would make me so irritable. Like, that's the wrong band.
Yeah.
That's the wrong
That
title.
was always going on.
That was just a shot in the dark. Dang.
Come a long way since then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we are actually getting close to the end. You guys have some stuff y'all got to do. We got to go find our spot in the crowd.
I just gotta say, this is the most laid back interview I think we've ever done.
Yeah.
This-
That's how we roll.
It's
That's-
awesome.
Yeah,
fun,
it was like I said, before we started. I don't really consider these interviews. We call them that for label's sake,
Professional.
but really, I mean, I think more than anything, people like just watching, you guys just hang out and chat.
Take
Yeah.
shots.
It's
I know. I'm like, oh, that Jaeger was awesome. I feel great.
yeah, I mean, I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Everybody feeling all right? The
We're
Jaeger's
good,
got
Look
them.
in my face.
We all
Let's do
doing good.
this.
I know y'all are going to put on a hell of a show tonight. I can't wait.
I'm excited.
Awesome.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, I want to talk. Anything else y'all have going on over the next couple of weeks that you want to talk about? Because I think this is probably going to go live first thing Saturday morning. So tomorrow.
Just find us at thejourneytributeband.com.
Like us.
Yeah, check out our tour schedule, man. We're all over the place, and we're more than likely in a city near you. So come and see us. Come back to Chattanooga. We'll be back here.
I wonder if that was Brooke.
yeah, we'll definitely be sure to put your links and stuff
Thank
in
you.
the video
Yeah,
description.
We're also
so.
in the Georgia area. Next weekend, so It's not a far drive either. I mean, it's only about, 2 hours?
Okay.
So
Come
I
hang
think
out
we'll be
with
playing in Athens, Georgia pretty soon. I think next Saturday or something like that.
Oh God,
That's a
Athens.
Georgia
Theater, man.
So we have 4 shows in a row next week. Wednesday is Marco Island,
South Florida.
South Florida. So if you can make that, that'd be great.
Flying down and flying back.
Yeah, that'd be great.
We're
And
doing
then-
an
and then-
acoustic thing. Now, this is pretty interesting.
Our hometown
Okay.
bar, yeah.
Because Journey's never, you won't find an acoustic set of Journey anywhere. They've never performed acoustically. As a
Until-
group.
Until the tribute band does.
That's right, and we'll be at 37 Main next Thursday doing our acoustic set. It's a really unique, laid-back
sounds
setting,
awesome.
man, and it really highlights the
Like that.
vocals.
I'll go ahead and
I
tell.
almost wanna
Like,
do that.
it doesn't matter what band it is or how I feel about the band. If they do an acoustic set, I'm there. I really am. I love
It's a
it.
different animal altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
I'll listen to anybody do acoustic. I love acoustic music.
Especially a full band. I mean, you see a lot of individual acoustic players, but it's kind of tough to do some of this stuff. It never was written to be performed acoustically, and just we appreciate the opportunity to put our take on it. And
Yeah.
Have you done it before?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's so cool.
handful of times.
Candles, tapestries, laid back settings. I mean, it's just phenomenal. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to do. It breaks up. You're on the road doing the same shows. We mix up the sets and whatnot, but just to completely throw acoustic performance out of left field somewhere and go pull that off or do that, it kind of puts some excitement back into you. To go back to the roots, the very basics of the music.
And it's kind of like this. I mean, we'll also throw in like some stories that we've been telling you and everything.
Fun facts.
Yeah, just little fun facts Joel's been giving you, and Mark's incredible story about how we got this going and everything. So we'll tell stories like that and just kind of let everybody know, how we became Departure and how we have been enjoying it and have been loving every minute of it. And we're going to continue to do it for another 10 years, 11 years.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, longer than that if we can help it. All right. Well, could you hit the button whenever we're done? Anyway, I thoroughly appreciate everybody joining us, guys. Departure Journey Tribute Band. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
It's been an awesome, good time. And so we're going to go ahead and wrap. Everybody be sure to check out all the web links and stuff we got down in the video description, and run by and check them out. Y'all are also on Facebook.
That's right.
That's where I found y'all.
Departure of the Journey Tribute Band.
Hit that like button, everybody.
Yep. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and wrap and go watch them perform. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And Ashley is over there running behind the scenes, even though she doesn't want to be on camera. And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by both Infinity Flux, everybody's favorite comic book store out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and your local Satanist favorite vegan eatery out of Chattanooga. And this has been our awesome, fun interview, hang out, talk, and drink with Departure, the Journey Tribute Band. Everybody, thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day.